Good morning, I'm Ranger Stephanie, and I'm here to tell you the story of Port Chicago Naval Magazine while honoring those who served on Veterans Day. Behind me is the Red Oak Victory, built here in Richmond during World War II by the Rosies. The Red Oak Victory is 455 feet long. The Victory ships built by the Rosies were full of ammunition being sent to their husbands, their brothers, and their sons. All Pacific-bound Victory ships went through Port Chicago Naval Magazine. Welcome to Port Chicago Naval Magazine here in Concord, California. Port Chicago is one of the many bases here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Do you know of any veterans who have served in the area? A military veteran is any person who has served in the military and can receive veteran benefits due to an honorable and other than honorable discharge. All veterans took an oath to protect the United States against all enemies, foreign or domestic.
In the summer of 1944, 2 ships will explode here, altering the lives of many, and eventually the desegregation of our armed forces follow.
After the explosion, sailors rushed to the location to find utter destruction and body parts of their shipmates. Survivors of the explosion should be seen as heroes. Those men were courageous in running to help their fallen shipmates.
3 weeks after the explosion, the survivors were ordered to return to work loading ammunitions. What would you have done?
258 men refused to load ammunition at Mare Island. 208 would return to work, but 50 would be convicted of mutiny. Being a veteran, you are entitled to particular benefits: VA health care, education, home loan, and burial services. 258 men would be dishonorably discharged due to the Port Chicago explosion. None of them would receive veteran benefits. But does that make them less of a veteran?
So how do we honor the men who died at Port Chicago and those who were affected by the tragedy? By telling their story often and remembering them as heroes, not as mutineers. With the help of Congressman DeSaulnier, Senator Feinstein and Boxer, and the Friends of Port Chicago, there is hope for exoneration of the Port Chicago 50.
The National Park Service would like to thank all veterans today and every day for their service in the armed forces. And I want to say Happy Veterans Day to all of my shipmates at VAQ 139, INSOC, the John C. Stennis, and Carrier Air Wing 14. Bye guys! Thank you for joining us, and remember Port Chicago.
Bye guys!